I'm gonna be real with you, alright? For real, for real. Probably a lot of you been wondering what I do for a night job. So I'm just gonna be straight up. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm just gonna say. So I work a night job 4 nights a week, and I've been doing it for 3 years. I didn't want to say because, I don't know, I just was afraid somebody would come to my job and be a pain in the ass to me or something, but the hell do I care? I don't think anybody really cares. For the last 3 years, I've been working nights, and I will give you all a few moments to guess what kind of job I do at night. Done guessing? Well, you're all wrong. I'll tell you. And say your guesses before you get to my answer. I work as a bouncer. I do security in a bar. And I did it at other bars before. So I work the door some nights, but I'm also security. I'm there watching everybody. Or I'm just inside the bar, just watching people, making sure they get along. Sometimes they're too drunk. I gotta tell them no more alcohol or pick them up or whatever the hell. Usually not pick them up, usually just let them know, hey, you gotta go outside, you gotta sober up. Whatever, that's enough for tonight. And it's fine. I mean, it's good work actually. Like, the reason I got it was after I was sick for 9 months and I couldn't work, and I'll link to that story in the description below. So that was crazy, and then I needed work fast. I knew I didn't really want to do anything that was tedious or complicated or really hard work, and I didn't want to do what people told me. I don't want to be in retail or anything. That would be an easy place to go, or cleaning. I knew I would rather get in fights with drunks if need be. Not that I want that, but I would rather do that than have to be nice to people when they're being rude to me and hope that they're gonna, whatever, I gotta sell them something or ring them up at a register or whatever the case. What's the job like? Most of the time it's fine. I mean, my boss is great, that's a good thing. It's my boss, the owner, really cares. Other places I've worked at, they did not care. It was cheap, and actually both other bars I've worked at went out of business. One just shut down. They were run so crappily. Basically, it was kind of fun because I had nothing to do there. They didn't want me to do anything. They didn't want me checking IDs. They didn't really want me kicking people out for breaking the rules. Nothing. So I basically got to stand around and just hang out at night. Another place I worked at, pain in the ass because they were really strict. And I hate being strict with people over stupid crap. Like, I don't like checking people's IDs, really. To me, it's an invasion of privacy. Why is some stranger checking someone's ID? And on top of that, people who, that's really where the most kind of tension or frustration can be at my job, is people who don't want to show it or who want to get in even though they don't have their ID. Not that usually it's a problem. Most people are fine. Again, the vast majority of time there's no issues at work. People get along. They're just there to have fun, hang out. But to me, it's so obnoxious. Like, we have these ridiculous rules that aren't really about responsible drinking. They're just to sort of shift enough pressure on to each part of the whatever supply chain of alcohol distribution, so that the police can just sort of make it manageable enough for them to try and deal with drunks. Like, they know when the bars get out, because by law bars in Virginia at least have to close at a certain time and all the drinks have to be gone and everybody has to be out of the bar. So, I mean, it's ridiculous when you think about it. Like, we can't treat people like adults. Can't let them walk outside on the sidewalk with a drink. I don't like that. I don't like telling people to do stupid crap, but I got to. It's my job, and most people are understanding of it. We're paid well at my job, too. I mean, I'm obviously not rich, but for a bouncer, I'm paid well. Other bars I worked at, again, bigger pain in the ass places to work at, cheaper management and owners. So one went out of business. I mean, one just shut down, and the other one was bought out by new owners like 3 weeks after I quit. And I was working like 7 nights a week. Well, my voice changes when I get gas. I was working like 7 nights a week for the first 6 months I worked at 2 of these bars because I really need money, and I just moved to Annandale after my brother attacked me. Basically 7 nights a week. I would work 13 nights in a row, and then one night off, one Thursday off, then another 13 nights. So basically I had 1 night off every 2 weeks, which was miserable. I don't know how I got through that. Kind of the bad part of the job for me is just frustrating, just boring. And it's not that I'm really bored when I'm there. It's just like when I know I'm gonna have to set aside or dedicate a certain amount of time just to going to work just to make money, when obviously I want to make films and I can sell really well. I think I studied Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street. I know I want to make a lot more money. And it's not just the money, it's doing something that's exciting and different and that I really like to do, and that isn't something that just has to be done. My job as it is, it needs to be done. And again, it's nothing against the job. I actually am much more okay with it because I'm in a much better headspace now than I've ever been. I used to be horribly bored and depressed, not want to talk to anybody, but I do keep my own life private from my coworkers. I generally don't want them knowing anything about me. If they find out anything about me from YouTube, they find out. It's not like I can hide it. A lot of times, like when I go to work, once I'm at work, I'm okay, like I feel good, but I always get worried and frustrated thinking, oh man, I didn't get enough done this week or today. I need to get more done. I need to get my film career going more. I could be doing such more exciting things if I was more fearless and more daring, and could accomplish a lot more and do more exciting things. But you know, I always get paranoid and worried anytime I go out. Basically, I'm worried about people wanting to attack me or hurt me. I'm always paranoid about that. I can't help it. I'm paranoid at the grocery store if there's a lot of people there. So it's important for me to be in a good headspace, so when I'm ready to go to work, I feel okay, because I got to be focused, because at any second, the thing is, most of the time at my job, things are fine. It's once in a while there are problems, and most of those times it's just people arguing with each other and just calm them down. That's it. Most people don't want to feel pain. They don't want to fight. They aren't out to hurt people. Occasionally we do have stuff like that, and it can be crazy, and that's when I just got to be calm and try and do what's right, try and de-escalate, try and intervene before a fight breaks out. And obviously you don't have to be that big to be a bouncer at a lot of places. Some other bars, I'm sure I would have to be very big and muscular. On weekends, I do have somebody working with me, which is great. I always like having backup there. That's a problem, is if I'm working by myself, things can get chaotic fast if I'm trying to control everything. Fortunately, a lot of people do back me up, customers, because it is a sort of culture at the bar where everybody knows each other. I know a lot of the customers there, and they got my back, and my coworkers got my back and everything like that. But still, I got to be there and be alert and everything, because if I can break out quick, and they have broken out quick, where people just start punching out of nowhere and then half the bar will clear out, everybody's stampeding everywhere, it's chaos. I've been sucker punched at my job, and that's a mistake I made, which is I was talking to 2 guys who were harassing someone. My attitude was, I don't want to be a power hungry bouncer. I want to talk to them as friends, just say, hey guys, you got to leave them alone. And one of them started getting behind me and he punched me right here, and I didn't even feel like I got punched. I just saw a flash of white and I felt like a thud on my head. It didn't even feel like pain. And I thought, oh shit, I'm dying. Like, I thought I was having a stroke. Then his friend who was in front of me grabbed me and tried pushing me back, and I was stunned at that point. Now, another mistake I made, if someone's pushing you like that and trying to overpower you, your first instinct is to push back, but don't. I should have used his own momentum and thrown him over me. But I was dazed and I wasn't thinking, and then he punched me in the face. The cops came and I went to the hospital, but I was fine. Just had a slight concussion and a nosebleed. Fortunately, the guy couldn't punch worth a shit. One of the craziest times was actually a guy was supposedly he was trying to sell weed to a woman who was sitting outside smoking, like right in front of the bar. I went outside and I tell him, hey, like, and he was getting all agitated and I was trying to calm him down. And I say, hey, leave her alone. Like, if she's bothering you, just don't talk to her. You know, because he was getting all agitated and supposedly he was hitting on her too. He's like, oh, what, you want to check me, huh? You want to check me? And again, my mistake was trying to be calm and just say, no, I don't want to check you. Started unzipping his jacket. I see a gun right here. I said, okay. Went inside the bar, ran to the bartender, said, call the cops. Went back to the front window just to look, and I see him holding the gun right to this woman's head. And she's just sitting there. She was so drunk out of her mind, like she didn't really understand how dangerous it was. I was just looking at him, and I was like, oh shit. Like, I was staying very calm, thinking, I hope he doesn't shoot her. I really don't want him to shoot her. Sure enough, the cops start coming, and I don't know what I was thinking. I just push open the door, and I barely peek my head out the door, and I just yelling, "Hey, get out of here, the cops are coming," whatever. He starts running, he flees, and it was funny, this crazy homeless guy was there just ranting at himself or whatever. He started running too with him. And I was worried for him. I thought, oh shit, maybe the guy's gonna shoot him. We had cops all over the neighborhood, dogs out searching everywhere. Things died down. About an hour later, he walks back in. The guy who was holding the gun to a woman's head, like nothing had happened. He just calmly walks in, and I went up behind him, just grabbed him, like so his arms were behind him like this, and I said, "Stay there," and I was screaming for the bartender. I said, "Hey, call the cops, he's back." I don't know if he still had a gun on him. He got arrested. They didn't have a gun on him. The reason he came back to the bar was because he left his cell phone there. So he, I ended up testifying or talking to the prosecutor about what happened. He pled guilty and spent a few months in jail. There have been other fights, but the only other notable incident I'll mention is a guy who was just picking fights with people in the bar, so we kicked him out. He starts trying to pick fights with people outside, and I called the cops outside. The guy ran up to me and started punching me, and I put my arms up while I'm talking to 911. I punched him once, laid him out on the ground. He got up, started running. I stupidly started chasing him while on the phone with 911. I should have let him go. You do not chase someone unnecessarily because, and I was just trying to let the cops know where he was. I just wanted him to stop, but I don't know if he's gonna go to his car, get a gun or something or what. I really shouldn't have done that. He ends up running to like a fire station nearby where an ambulance is going to come out, the same ambulance that was going to come and treat me. So I went and told him there, hey, he's somewhere around here, whatever. I saw him, but I lost track of him somewhere, and the cops later on, they arrested him, and I went and identified him, and it turned out he assaulted one of the arresting officers, so I think he's still in jail for that. Anyways, again, really what it's about is the work is fine, my boss is good, like she really cares, and you know, we're paid well and everything. It's just kind of frustrating, the idea that I'm going somewhere where I know I have so much more potential to do something else. I know it's a cliche. I'm exercising more now than ever because I want to be in good shape in case I need to restrain somebody. That's really a big thing. I don't want to have to hit anybody. It's better to restrain people, separate them if you can. Never good when you have to hit people because it's never over. You know, people get angry, if friends might be there, they may want to fight. It can erupt into a brawl so quickly. And people panic too. And I'll look at the bar after a fight and I'm like, two guys punching over here, how did stuff on the other side of the bar get flipped over and knocked over? Well, it's because people were panicking and running away. The main thing about the job for me, again, that's rare, that's some of the time, like a very small part of the time. Mostly it's just, the work is fine, it's just frustrating going to work and knowing I'm going to be dedicating all this time to something when I could be doing something, like I know I could be making a lot more money. I don't want to make just enough money to get by. I want to make a lot of money and doing good work, doing exciting stuff, making movies, making a web series, short films, music videos, whatever, commercials, or selling something too, doing some exciting business using the sales skills I've learned in influence and persuasion to make extra money, and not just be doing something where I have to be there to make a certain amount of money, and then the next day and the next day it's the same thing. And again, I hate telling people stupid stuff to do. I don't like doing that, like asking for IDs. It's a waste of time to me. We have a totally wrong culture and understanding of how to treat alcohol. We don't treat people like adults. We want to manage it so nobody's really responsible ultimately, or at least the government doesn't want to hold themselves responsible for just accepting that people are going to drink and they have to have a good understanding of alcohol. Rather, we stigmatize it and make it this weird thing, and you can't show people drinking in commercials on TV. It's a huge, ridiculous thing. And for what? For nothing. People still abuse alcohol. They still make their own moonshine, all this stuff. They abuse drugs, whatever. It's ridiculous. To me, we should just treat people like adults. You want to walk out onto the street with a beer? Fine. Walk out onto the street with a beer bottle. Instead, I can't let them do that. I got to tell them put it down. My main thing is I just want to be doing something more. Like, I know I could be doing more, but anytime I think about doing another job, I'm like, I know I'd be doing way harder work, because my job as it is mostly stand around. I'm not really qualified for much else, so it'd probably be extremely boring, probably be extremely tedious and difficult or hard work, and I'd be getting paid less than what I'm getting paid now. So I really can't complain in that regard, but I do want to do something more. It's just figuring out what there's all this potential just sort of out there in the air for me, and I know it's got to be like catalyzed. Still trying to figure out what that is. Obviously trying hard at YouTube, Please keep getting me new subscribers. At 10,000 subscribers, I'm gonna eat my mom's food that I hate. As for how long I'm gonna be bouncer, as long as I need to. You know, it's good work. I don't really mind it. The work itself is fine. Again, I used to be horribly miserable and depressed at work. So it's important for me during the week to get a lot done, to keep moving forward. Plus, if I can stop working the night job and actually just do film full time or get in sales or whatever to pay for filming and making movies and stuff, I could do a lot more exciting videos. I could do a lot more crazy things, take time to travel, give my mom money and my dad money so my mom could take more time off work because she works 2 jobs, so it's hard to always film with her. By the way, this is why I come over. She complains that we're filming at 3 in the morning sometimes. It's because she doesn't necessarily have time during the day, and then I don't have time in the night. So the only time we can both do anything is when she gets up early, because she gets up really early, and when I get off work. So I'll just go straight to her house after work. So now you all know why. It's hard to stay motivated in a way, not really hard, but it's very important to, because I get very frustrated. My mind races thinking, oh, I'm fucking up, I'm not doing enough, I gotta be doing more, I gotta think of more film ideas, I gotta push myself really hard. And then on top of that too, it sucks sleeping half the day. I don't want to miss half the day to sleep, but I'll sleep, or at least be in bed till like noon or 1 in the afternoon and still be tired, and then take a nap in the evening before work. So most of my day's gone. Could be a lot worse. It's a good situation. Thank goodness this bar is good, because when I was trying to get jobs at bars, I was going to every bar I could, walking in, telling them, hey, are you looking for a security? And also, when I'm working by myself, it's a little frustrating because I am alone. And it's not that I feel lonely or anything, but it always feels good to have someone else there, to know we can talk to each other. He might know things that I don't about what's going on. I say, watch out for something, some guy like, he might be getting too much in people's faces, like too friendly or something, and it's bothersome. That's what's going on. Nights. That's why I work 4 nights a week. Again, that's why some days I don't put up videos. I'm just busy between work and sleep and then doing other stuff. And just trying to move forward, trying to always make more videos, more exciting ones. I know a lot more people watch whenever the video is more like an event, when it's something big and exciting. I wish I could do more of that, and I want to. And I'm planning on doing that. Stuff like seeing TJ and from TJ and Friends and Rebecca and their now 2 kids. I can't really do that. It's just hard to coordinate it because I'm only off 3 days a week. And I'd like to go on a weekend, but that's when I work, and it'd be good to have the time to go there and come back, because it's kind of a long drive. It's like 4 or 5 hours, whatever. So anyways, keep sharing the videos. That's what I do for a job. I'm a bouncer. And I do videography too, freelance videography some days, which is good too. But again, I want to be doing so much more and pushing so much further. And the opportunities have been coming here and there. When sometimes, like my Annandale videos got popular, that was a huge thing for me. Helped out a lot. And we'll see from here. I'm always working on something big, by the way. A lot of times it falls apart or it doesn't work out, but I'm always trying to work on something and surprise all you guys. Just gonna keep trying to expand, and I'm sure the opportunities are gonna come and crystallize, and the potential is gonna become actualized and all that stuff.